Hi, everyone. Teresa Aker here from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. It's my pleasure today to introduce you to Guildner. How you doing?
Oh, I'm great. Thanks for having me, Teresa.
My pleasure. I'm just going to do a quick biography about you, and then I'm going to come back to you, okay?
Okay.
So, is helping extraordinary women raise up their voice, visibility, and business storyteller, connector, coach, and her company name is Cami Guildner Coaching. So let's start there. What got you into this, Cami?
Oh gosh, I left the corporate world about 16 years ago and have been doing it for 15 years. So I've been coaching for a long time, but left behind my VP of marketing job to step into being a business coach.
A lot of people do that in the corporate world, so that's quite interesting that you did that. That's
Yeah, totally.
And were you nervous when you did it?
Oh gosh, you don't know. I really didn't know I was going to go start a business at that point and when I first left the corporate world, but I was definitely meant to do that. It was where I was meant to go. And it was a really, the universe had me going in a different direction for a reason.
So it looks like a hand in glove anyway, because it was marketing. And so now you're helping other companies or other
Exactly.
business entrepreneurs, right?
Yes, yes,
So let's go,
yes.
let's start there. So Cami Gildner coaching. So let's go there. Now you have started your business and now you're bringing clientels on. What is your goal? What was the mission, let's say?
Yeah, the mission of my company is to impact 1 million women around the world, helping them raise up their voice and their visibility and grow a business that they love.
That's a fantastic mission. How are we
It
doing
is
so far?
We're going. We're doing really well. We're making a lot of impact. I have a lot of amazing clients who are doing great things in the world. And it's really an honor to get to raise up their voices and their visibility and help them grow businesses that bring meaning into our world.
Can we stretch out, raise their voices? Can we stretch that out a little bit,
Sure.
Cami? What do you do?
Yeah. Yeah. So what I believe is that women's wisdom is the medicine our earth needs. And I feel like that we bring something unique to the world right now, and we're being called to step up with our voices in a big way. So whether that means getting on podcasts, whether that means getting on stages, really like what is their core message that they're meant to take out into the world and define that core message. So that thought leadership message that they want to be known for and to help them get their voice out in bigger ways. So they're reaching more clients, more people, creating more impact because a lot of the women I work with, they're there to make a difference with the work that they do. And that's my passion is raising up those voices.
I know you deal with coaches
Hmm.
that do
Yep.
business. So
Yep.
when you say that, so these are people who are already in business,
Yep.
who you help them with their platforms coming further. So as you said, on social media, perhaps on stage,
Yep.
different, is that the path that we're looking
Yes,
at? Am I correct?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And I help them with their whole business, really. It's helping them have the right packaging, the right pricing. I have 3 pillars of work that I do with my clients. The first one is vision. And vision is very much about the vision of the impact that you want to make, the vision of the life that you want to create, and then also the business model that helps you achieve that. So it's like the right packaging, the right pricing, the right work-life balance that you want to create for yourself. So that's the vision pillar. And then we get into voice. And voice is all about really speaking your client's ideal love language, being able to attract your clients into your business. So being able to speak your client's love language so that they're like, oh my gosh, I need to work with you.
Yeah.
And having a thought leadership message as well. So really learning to elevate your message to a level that you've got something that's really uniquely yours in your industry so that you're showing up as a leader in the industry. And then visibility is the third pillar. And that's about stages, podcasts, social media, however you're getting your voice visible and getting out. And that's really the fire in your business is when you start to turn that dial up with your visibility. That's the fire that ignites all of the clients coming into your business and doing the work that you're meant to be doing.
So I'm thinking, can we circle back a little bit?
Sure, totally.
Yeah, you talked about love language with the client. I
Mhm.
like that. I
Yeah.
absolutely like that. And I get where you're coming from on that. So you want to be able to connect with the client. You
Mm-hmm.
want them to be, so let's say you're a wedding planner. I'm just saying off the top of my
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
And you want to have the bride, you want them to be able to work with you, but you want to bring your business forward and you want to have a good connection with that client, but you also want to bring that platform forward. Would that be what you're thinking with love language, how you connect with the client?
Yeah, it's like really getting into the minds and hearts and souls of your ideal clients, where what it is that they're really desiring, what the stories they're living in a day-to-day basis. So you dive deep into the customer journey and you're exploring it's not just so often marketing 101 can be just like, okay, who's your ideal client and what are their pain points? But this is going much deeper than that. It's like really getting into the heads and the hearts and minds and souls of your ideal clients, what it is that's really getting them to say, this is where I'm going. This is what I want to make happen in my life. These are the stories that they're living in a day-to-day basis, and to be able to speak to that. And then the other aspect of this is we do have to understand their challenges and their pains that they're in. And what I will also, when I talk about speaking the client's love language, we're actually helping understand what it is that they desire. So we're getting into a much more expansive approach to marketing versus being in the old way of just being in the pains and like rubbing salt in the wound, which I think is just a really ugly way to do marketing. First, what you're really getting into is like helping your ideal clients see more for themselves than they can even see for themselves, a bigger possibility.
So what I'm hearing from you is it's more on a perhaps emotional level of the client. I'm just, that's a general
Yeah,
statement, but
sure.
getting a little deeper, a little more emotional so that you can say, okay, you're Mr. or Mrs. Client, Miss Client, you're coming this way. This is where your venture is. And there's a natural path. However, we can go deeper and bring that in, and now you can take that part of them and bring that forward. So the client
Yeah.
feels like they're listened to
Yeah,
and
totally.
you're responding.
Yeah. And they're like, oh my gosh, how did she know that I needed this? That's where you're getting into. And then when you do good customer journey work, you actually know you help them through that first phase, but you're going to what they're going to need next on the backside of that, so that you can build your offerings to really help your clients in that full journey.
I like that. So I absolutely like that, Cami, and I can see that working for people because when we first talked, when I first invited you to come here, I was quite impressed with what you're already doing. But
Thank you.
I knew there was something more to it because you had said you were leveling up and going forward on there. And I thought, how is she doing that? Because I've certainly been in sales a number of times in my life and in
Mhm.
different businesses. And we are trained, aren't we, at the
Oh,
basis of ask the client, ask the questions, repeat the question, come back. We do
yeah.
all of that, but
Yeah.
that's not necessarily connecting with the client.
No,
And
it's really being in a much deeper connection with them.
I like that. Now, are most of your clients online? I'm thinking they are.
They are. I have some in-person events throughout the year, but we do most of our work online.
You do most, okay. And you do courses? I'm thinking that you do courses online.
I have some online courses. I do mastermind communities. That's my main work is mastermind communities. So I do year-long mastermind communities, and we do some speaker training. I do equine vision journey retreats with my horses. So that's bringing in
Oh,
horses to really help my clients. I mix a lot of soul plus strategy together in my work. I come from a long line of strategy, but I think the magic really happens when we do our soul work. And the horses really help my clients, entrepreneur women, tap into that inner knowing, that inner wisdom, and break through limitations that might be holding them back or help them conceive of bigger ideas. The horses are really magical in that work.
that's incredible. So you have the retreat yourself.
I do. Yeah. I host the
Oh, that's
retreat
bad. I
with
was
my
not
horses.
aware of that. So you have your
Yeah.
own retreat and they come there. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I want to come.
You should.
So the master, and I'm going to circle back a bit on you. So
Yeah.
the master class
The mastermind.
or mastermind, thank you. The
Mhm.
mastermind group, where are you deriving that from? Where is that coming from? Who are the people in the mastermind group?
So that is my core business, is my mastermind programs. And that is, I have year-long programs where women come in who are women entrepreneurs who are really wanting to take their business to that next level. They come in for a year of learning and collaboration with other women entrepreneurs who are on that journey. And they are really expanding. They're on a mission to grow their businesses and to grow their impact. It's a year-long program. We bring in speaker training alongside of that. The Equine Vision Journey retreats are part of that. And it's a way for women to go through my work, which is the vision and the voice and the visibility. They go through that over the course of a year, and sometimes over multiple years, because I have clients that stay with me for many years.
That's amazing. So there is like a mind melding too. You get some ideas that come from
Oh,
each other.
totally. Yeah, absolutely.
That's excellent. That's excellent. And then you have a retreat generally for people to be able to come to that is
Yep.
not part of the mastermind. And you do that separately, I'm thinking.
It's part of the mastermind, but other people can come to them as well.
And that runs all year as well.
The
The
retreats?
retreat. Is it
No, I just do those in the summer. I do the,
okay.
yeah, yeah. When
Okay.
we have nice weather in Colorado.
Oh, I bet. I
Don't
bet.
want to do it this time of year.
So, Cami, can I ask you if you could give a couple of tips to people listening in today? What would you
Yeah.
give them for their business? Just a couple of quick tips to help them on their journey, and then we can talk about how they can reach out to you.
Sure, that'd be great. First one I would suggest is to really do that work to build out your messaging, to know what it is that you stand for. I call them your one message for the world. So it's like coming up with a thought leadership message that overarches your customer journey work. And so that's really starting to position you as a leader in your field. And when I talk about a one message for the world, it's a stake that you're putting in the ground as something that you want to stand for. And it's a statement that gets people to stop, think, and act and do differently. And so, for example, one of my clients is literally a rocket scientist. Her name is Dana Kirchmar. And she says, what if we stopped asking girls if they're good at math, and instead started asking them what problems they want to solve in the world?
Oh, I like that.
So it's like getting people to stop and think and act and do differently. It's getting people to pause. She's putting a stake in the ground for what she stands for. It's not a positioning statement or a marketing statement. It's a statement that you could have in a conversation, right? And you can build your messaging around that. So the first point I would say is really find a way to develop out your one message for the world, your thought leadership platform that you want to stand for, so that you can be a leader in your field. I'd say that's number one. Number two, I would say do deep customer journey work. Really get into understanding who your ideal clients are, but then what's going on in their world that you're going to help them solve. So you get really deep into that work. And it's not an elementary exercise. It's a really deep getting to know somebody in that level. And then a third one that I would say is we hear a lot of people talk about marketing funnels, and
Mhm.
I actually talk about a marketing ecosystem
Oh, okay.
where we start at the bottom, where we have so many people we already know, who already know, love, and trust us. And they are it's like really making connections, asking for referrals. Start there. Start with the people who already know, love, and trust us. And then you go up another level to the section where you're bringing your expertise out on a regular basis. It's the educational piece of your work. And whether you're doing online trainings or you're hosting events or you have a podcast or you have a YouTube channel, right? It's like, how are you bringing your expertise out to your community on a regular basis, teaching your best work? So that becomes the educational level. And then you go up one more level, and that's where you start to tap into other people's audiences. And you're getting on stages, or you're going on other people's shows, you're guesting, you are leveraging PR, you're writing articles for magazines or something along those lines. So you have these three layers. You have the people who already know, love, and trust you. You've got your educational level, and you've got your other people's audience level. And this is what I call, and what happens is once you start doing the educational piece, which a lot of people aren't doing, your people who already know, love, and trust you can attend those educational pieces, right? So you're taking them deeper into your work so they know your work more deeply. And then from the top down, as people are coming into your community, as you're getting on stages and other things, then you have a place where they can come into your educational places, your educational teachings. And people can really get to know, love, and trust you that way, because you're creating a system where people get to know you, they want more of you. And Google says that we consume, I think, up to 11 hours before people are making decisions right now. We have very discerning buyers. People are really taking a lot of time to research before they decide to purchase. And Google says that people are consuming up to 11 hours of your content over 7 different touch points across 4 different platforms before they're ever getting to the point of making a decision, which is great for the sales cycle, because once people have come to you, they've already listened to you, they've binged on your content, they know who you are.
Right.
But the space of being able to provide your audiences with places where they can go binge on what you teach is really important. And that's once they've come to you from a sales perspective, they've already consumed all of this content. So they already are deciding they want to work with you. And that's a really interesting shift in our times from just 5 years ago or even 3 years ago. That's a big difference.
Agree, Cami. Well done. You've taken a system and you've said, okay, let's just go deeper in this. Let's make it work for the people. Let's make the connections, and let's start at the very basics again and work our way back up. And I like that. That's well done. Well done. I commend you for that. Absolutely. Now, where do you see yourself in 5 years, Cami?
I've got amazing women that I get to help and work, and I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep expanding the number of women. I've got 1 million of women to get to. So that's where I'm going.
I love it. I have no doubt you're going to be there in no time. Absolutely. Yeah. Cami, I really am very grateful that you came on today. Now, if somebody wanted to get you absolutely right now and reach you, what's the quickest way? I'm going to have all your information here.
Sure. Go to my website. Yeah, go to my website. It's camiguildner.com, KAMIGUILDNER.com. And when you get there, there's a contact box or contact link right on the right side. So you can just go there and you can connect with me there. And I do free trainings every single month. So you can go to my events calendar on that page and see what trainings I'm running each month. And yeah.
Perfect.
That's the best way to catch me. I'm on all the socials.
I have one more question.
Sure.
Will you come back and see us again?
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
I would love that. That's wonderful, because you've been great today, and we'll have all new questions for you.
Oh, thank you, Teresa.
So to everyone, this is Cami Guildner. She's got a wonderful program for you. Do reach out. I wanted to ask you, do you have a YouTube channel just by chance?
I do have a YouTube channel. You can find me there. I have a podcast, Extraordinary Women Radio.
Perfect. So I'll make sure those are on there. Do subscribe to the channels, to her podcast and to YouTube. It helps her bring more content too. Cami, you've been wonderful today. So thank you for your time.
Thank you,
And
Teresa.
to everyone else, this is Teresa Aker from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. I hope you're having a great day, and I look forward to talking to you all very soon. Bye-bye now.